Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Tuesday, April 2nd, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $ORION NWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got some MLB action this Tuesday evening, the Cleveland Guardians versus the Seattle Mariners, game number 2 in the set. We're going to get started here in just a few minutes. Let me cue the music, get into the thumbnail, and then we'll get into the starting lineups for both teams. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Tuesday, and here we go. Let's go, baby. Make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health. It's very, very important to check off those boxes every single day to make sure that you can win the day. Let's go, baby. Cleveland Guardians, Shane Bieber Fever on the left, and Luis Castillo on the right. Let's go. Let's start it off with the visiting Cleveland Guardians. Leading off for the Cleveland Guardians, left fielder Steven Kwan. Batting second for the Guardians, second baseman Andres Jimenez. Batting third baseman Jose Ramirez. Batting cleanup and batting fourth, first baseman Josh Naylor. Batting fifth for Cleveland, center fielder Tyler Freeman. Batting sixth, playing right field tonight, Will Brennan. Batting seventh and DHing for the Guardians tonight, Bo Naylor. Batting eighth, catching tonight for Cleveland, Austin Hedges. And batting ninth, playing shortstop for the Guardians, Brian Rocchio. And on the mound, you already know what it is, number 1, Shane Bieber Fever. 21 starts with a 6-6 record, 3.80 ERA, which is kind of a low year for Shane Bieber Fever. He'll be much better here tonight. All right, baby. Let's get into the Seattle Mariners. Let's go. Leading off for the Mariners, playing shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Batting second, no fly zone, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Tridents up. We need your first homer of 2024 tonight. Batting third and playing second base, Jorge Polanco. Batting fourth and playing right field, cleanup hitter, Mitch Henniger. Welcome back, my guy. Right ends up. Batting fifth, DHing for Seattle, Mitch Garver. Batting sixth, catching for Seattle, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting seventh, playing first base for Seattle, Ty France. Batting eighth, playing left field, Dominic, always in the zone, Canzone. And batting ninth, second baseman, Josh Rojas. And on the mound for the Seattle Mariners, Luis Castillo. Let's go, baby. Tridents up. We need this. This is a big, big matchup. Number 1 versus number 1. Shane Bieber Fever versus Luis Castillo. Let's go. I'm ready. Let's get it, baby. Matt in the building. What's good? Hope you're doing great. Hope that Hawaii weather is great. We had 70-degree temperatures here in Oregon, but we are going to get a little bit of a weather front tomorrow. It's going to go down about 20 degrees. So me and Paisley will probably be walking in the rain tomorrow. But as far as today is concerned, It was fantastic, baby. Like, sub, donate to Oh Doggy Dog. Let's get it. Jacob is back. Let's go. Guardians, baby. GG yesterday. Hey, this is going to be a tough one. I hope that we get the win, but if you guys end up taking it tonight, I won't be surprised. You need Bieber Fever to go off, and hey, I don't blame you. Hey, 6-6 last year is a down year for Bieber Fever. Normally a guy like that should be able to get 10 to 15 wins. But again, you need run support. And sometimes when you don't get run support or you get roughed up, every once in a while you'll end up kind of having a 500 season or a season a little bit lower than expectations for Cleveland fans. Roni in the building, what's good? Elliot in the building, what's good? I got a link for you if you need it, and I got you, bro. I actually got 2 links that'll work. Because I know you had like the MLB package through your friend and through MLB Network and all the other things, but I can send it to you if you want to watch your game. I got you. MSU in the building. What's good? Let's go. Tigers game got rained out. Ooh, okay. I see you guys. You guys have been playing well, and the Mets have been struggling. You got rain and tornado warnings. Oh, my. You guys got a lot of rain there in the Midwest. And look who it is. It's not a goat. It's a super goat. Megan Aussie 12, not $100, $200 dono. One of the big goats on the channel, and I wouldn't be able to do it full time without her. I appreciate you so much. Got some news that has left me reeling. Not sure how long I'll stay for, but even with that being said, still coming in here and showing love. Hope this helps with bills and things. You know it will, especially with Paisley and all the costs that I have with all the bills. So every single dollar counts, whether it be 99 cents, $100, $200, or above and beyond. I'm so grateful that I have you a part of this channel. Thank you so much. Great win by the M's and the Kraken helps. And I'm sorry that you're not in a good place, but I will do everything in my power to try to make things a little bit better for you. Thank you for taking care of me. Now let me return the favor. Let me take care of you. I appreciate you very, very much. $200 dono. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, with a little Cactus Jack, bang, bang. And again, a lot of times when, people aren't really feeling themselves, they're not going to go out of their way to do something so kind-hearted. But Megan is one of those special individuals when even she receives bad news and things aren't maybe the best day for her, she will still go out of her way when she can to support the NWSF and support the 12s and Brandon. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks with a little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang, bang. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Matt loves it. He's like, let's get to 3. Let's go. I got you. Let me get a link for you here. And we are about to get, I was just, it's funny, Matt, you and me got some ESP because that's what I was thinking too. I was thinking, okay, we got to get about 100 photos of Steph, and I don't even know if we're going to have that many that I can find. Yeah, 50 photos, a hack, maybe some McDonald, maybe some Pete. We'll make sure we take care of her. Thank you so much. Pitch is outside for a ball. Thank you so much. And let me get Elliot a link here real quick. One sec, brother. Let me see if I can grab this for you. Let me see here. One sec. Always got to help people out when I can. Okay, hold on. I'll have to send it to you on the Twitter side. Hold on. On with a little blooper for a single. All right, hold up here. Andres Jimenez is up next. One sec. Let's see. Let me see here. I'm gonna go here. Okay, and then I gotta copy. Let me copy this real quick, and then let me go to my Twitter. I'm gonna send it to you on Twitter/X, my guy. Here. I'll go here. All right, brother. Elliot, I just sent it to you. You should be good to go. I got you. And anyone that can help me out on the Twitter/X, I didn't even have to tell Megan. She already is on top of it. I appreciate you, Matt, if you could do that as well. Elliot, if you could do it too on the live stream, it would definitely help us to get a few more people throughout the Twitter X universe. Top of the first, runner at first with one out. Let's go. Yes, absolutely. I'll get you some Ichiro and some Jay-Z. Jim Zorn. All right, perfect. All right, so Megan shared it. We got Elliot that shared it. Matt will share it here in a second as well on the Twitter/X live feed. And we're waiting for Matt to get that done on his side. And then we'll be good to go there. Elliot, Megan, and then Matt, thank you so much. I'll take care of y'all. Let's go. Top of the first, runner at first. One out, Luis Castillo right down the middle, blasted foul. Let me try to multitask here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Now I got a lot of things on my plate, and it's always nice, to be able to get that love and support. And I understand that, not everyone is going to be able to do, what Cyberpunk does or Reflect does or what Megan does, from time to time. But let me tell you, it feels really good, when you have loyalty to certain people and they show it back, and we genuinely, have each other's backs. And we're going to make sure that, this channel will grow, this channel will succeed. And I appreciate you very, very much. I'll squeeze in a few more once we get into the middle of the inning, once I get to a commercial break. So let me call the game here just for a few moments, and then we'll get plenty of photos for you. Now, one thing I wanted to ask you, Megan, since, you are, kind of going up and down with things, how long do you anticipate being here? So that way I can squeeze in some photos for you and I have kind of a timeline. Are you going to be here for 30 minutes, a couple minutes, and you got to go? Are you here for the whole stream? And then that way I can sprinkle in the photos appropriately, knowing your timeline. Big swing and a miss. Got him. Castillo with a big K. Let's go. I like that, baby. Top of the first, runner at first, 2 away. Let's go. We need plenty of Ks from Luis Castillo. He got roughed up in his first start. Elliot, let me know if everything worked out on your end with the link. I think you're good to go there because that's what I use on an everyday basis. Obviously, we had Quan get the little blue base hit. Jimenez sit down. And then now we got Josh Naylor. Oh, double play. No, we don't even need one. We can just force out at second by J.P. Crawford. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. All right, let's try to get some photos squeezed in here. Good first. Top of the first inning for the Mariners. Let's go. Make sure you're taking care of your mental health the best way you can. Exercise, hang out with pets, making sure you're hanging out with friends and checking up on friends, and do what you need to do to win the day. Let's go. Hey, how are you, man? Kip is in the building as well. And then, Matt, if you can end up going to the Twitter account on the live stream, and if you could like and retweet the live stream on the Twitter feed, I would appreciate that as well. Man, I've missed you. It's funny. I've actually stopped into the store a couple times when I've had to go to either the vet or to go get dog food in that side of town where I used to live, but you're never there in the morning. I'm not sure if I'm just missing you or I might have gotten you on your day off. But go Mariners. I miss you. And hopefully if you're still there at the store, which I assume you are, I'll try to be able to stop by maybe when you don't have a day off. Daniel in the building. What's good? Kip in the building. The OG. How are you? Oh, baby. Let's go. Mariners. Let's go. Leading off for the Mariners, shortstop J.P. Crawford. Batting second this inning, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Tried ends up. And batting third, second baseman Jorge Polanco. See if we can squeeze in a few photos here. Ichiro, one of my favorite of all time. Not even close. He's up there. Go, JP. We need you, Polanco, Cal Raleigh, and Julio to be better. Oh, there he is. He's like, oh, that old dog, I like him. NWSF 4 live, baby. Let's go. Ichi, baby. Britt in the building. How are you? I've missed you. Have you been watching NASCAR every week like I have? If I got a better audience to do NASCAR again, I totally would. But I look forward to watching it every Sunday to replace the NFL. Obviously, we're going to have WrestleMania this weekend, but I've been watching every single race. And last race, Denny Hamlin ended up that win at Richmond. But it's been an exciting season on the NASCAR side. Still waiting for our boy Chase Elliott to kind of get in a groove. I still feel that, skiing, snowboarding accident has kind of pushed him back, where he's trying to get back to the dominant Chase Elliott that he was, but he's not really there yet. But hopefully he will be. Throw to first, one away. You're there off on Monday and Tuesday, and you know what the funny thing is? I've been going on Monday and Tuesday, because sometimes they'll have sales at like Petco and other places over there, and I think that's exactly the days that I've been going, so that's good to know. Good to see you, Britt. Good to see you, Kip. Nice to be able to see some of y'all. I got you. Hey, that one works good, and like I said, basketball, baseball, football, hockey, out-of-market games, whatever you need. And then for whatever reason, if something happens, I have a secondary link from a different site that I can give you if you ever need it. You can always message me. Great to see you guys. I appreciate you very, very much. Matt helped out there with the Twitter/X. Anyone that's got a Twitter/X, if you can help me out, I'd greatly appreciate it. And we got some amazing people here in the room, some that I haven't seen in quite some time. I hope you guys are doing great in your personal lives. And, we're getting it started off with a bang with a big $200 dono from Megan. Appreciate you. Kraken in the building. Mariners in the building. Let's go. Uh-oh, Shane Bieber fever. Julio, let me run it out at first base. It wasn't a homer, but we'll take it. Nice job, Julio. Yeah, baby. Mariners. He got that speed, baby. Let's go. I see you, Julio. Next up, second baseman Jorge Polanco. He's definitely struggled. Julio hasn't really gotten into full gear yet. Neither has Polanco. Neither has Cal Raleigh. We are kind of relying on those guys. But with all things considered, to have a -3 plus-minus differential and to be 3-2, let's go, Jorge! Yeah, we need that. Trident's up. Let's go. Yeah, I'm proud of you. With all things considered, from last week and this week, you definitely could have alienated yourself, closed, all the drapes, closed all of the doors, and just kind of hovered into darkness, but you've decided to, try to, distract yourself in the most positive way that you can, either with Brandon or with me here on this channel, with the people in the room, obviously with the Call of Duty and other things to kind of keep your mind off things and to be distracted in a most positive way that you can. And I'm proud of you. You've actually, you've done a really good job, to try to not go deeper, than it already was. And of course, anytime you start to feel like you're slipping a little bit with mental health, either with bad news or something that's happened or a trigger, you have to be able to know the certain things that can, help you climb out of it. And the sooner that you can recognize that you're going down into the gutter and into the darkness and you can climb out, the better that you're going to end up being. So, and I'm always going to be an advocate for mental health, depression, anxiety, addiction. I've been there, I've experienced it. It's hell, but again, if you have the right people in your corner, you can definitely bounce back, and sometimes even bounce back a little bit sooner than you think. Bottom of the first, 0-0, Haniger. Did he catch that? Oh, he did. 2 away. Oh, happy early birthday, Kip. Yeah, I will be doing the WrestleMania streams on both days, so it'll be a fun one for sure. Oh, okay. I got you. Nice. Sportsman in the building. What's good? Bottom of the first, 0-0. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. Shane Bieber fever on the mound. Mitch Garver in the box, another individual that we picked up from the world champ Texas Rangers, but he got hurt early on and really hasn't gotten to a rhythm just yet, but let's hope that he does. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X. Salute to you as well as the people in the room. I love you and I appreciate you. Let's go. 1-1 count to Garver. Career versus Shane Bieber, 2 for 18 for Mitch Garver. And we'll get plenty of more photos up here for Megan as well. Oh, you got WWE 24 on PS4. Nice. Heck yeah. Whatever gaming system you got to be able to pick up whatever you have to be able to entertain yourself, whether that's on a next-gen system or on a PS4. Hell, I play PS2 and Nintendo 64 more than any other system, so I like to be able to go with the throwbacks as well sometimes. Bottom of the first, 0-0 runners at first and second. 2 outs, 2-1 pitch, popped up for Garver. And he caught it. 1-2-3 inning, left 2 stranded. End of the first inning. Clouded up here at 0. Let me see if I can squeeze in a few more photos here for Megan. Let's go, baby. Megan, I didn't get a chance to look on the NHL line because I was making the thumbnail and getting prepped. Do the Kraken have a game today or do they have the day off? I assume they have the day off today, but I figured I'd ask you and you would have the answer to that. There's not very many people that are going to follow the Kraken as deeply, Megan, so. But sometimes when I get busy and I'm, having to get ready, I got to take care of Paisley, take her for a walk, feed her, make sure that she's all snuggled up, making sure that I got all my tag words in, I got my thumbnail ready, and so sometimes I don't get a chance to look at the the line to see everything that's going on. But I figured you would be able to give me the answer there. Let's go, Ichiro, baby. End of the first inning, knotted up here at 0. And some of these are dope. I haven't seen some of these. And for any of the people that are Mariners fans that were wondering where the cream jerseys have been, I know Lauren was kind of wondering where those have gone. And they are still going to wear them for this season. But for whatever reason with like Fanatics, and obviously, the thinner quality jersey, the see-through pants, they're behind schedule and they were supposed to deliver the Mariner cream jerseys already, but they're backloaded on it or backstopped, whatever the hell that means. So they haven't been able to get them even to the players. It's one thing not to be able to have them for the fans and you got to delay it there. But, when it's the regular season, you would think that you would have already got all the jerseys made before the regular season started, but apparently they haven't. So, but the creams will be back on, particular Fridays and Saturdays and whatever days that they end up wanting to wear them at home or possibly on the road. Let's go. Day off. Okay, I figured it was. We're at 2. Let's get to 3. Next game is the 5th. Nice. I'll jot that down. Thank you. Yeah, I started off with PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4. I haven't got a chance to own a PS5 or the new Xbox, but I hope one day to be able to own one. And, it'll probably be PlayStation because a Grand Theft Auto 6, whenever that ends up coming out, it keeps getting pushed back. Big swing and a miss. Got him. Nice job, Louise. Oh, baby. Mariner Moose coming out for that one. Nice K, baby. Let's go. Mariner Moose loves that. And we need him to be locked and loaded. He got roughed up in his first start. And we need Castillo with a lot of Ks, baby. Let's try to shoot for 10. But if you can't get to 10, let's at least try to get to 8 if possible. Let's go. Oh, pitch is outside on the corner. Called a strike. Let's go, Louise. Next up for the Guardians here, Will Brennan. Pitch right down on the corner for a strike. Ahead of the count, 0-2 count. Let's go, baby. LG in the building. What's good? Long time no see. How are you? Popped up for Brennan. Cal chasing it down, and it goes foul. I have a top 5. So, mine will be, I met King Griffey Jr., most people have heard this story a billion times on the channel if you're a regular, but I met King Griffey Jr. when I was 7, got his autograph, met King Griffey Sr. the same day as well. So obviously King Griffey Jr. is my hero besides my dad. And obviously I would go King Griffey Jr. 1, Randy Johnson 2, Ichiro 3, Edgar Martinez 4, and then obviously Julio, now being the new one I can represent, would be number 5. But if I had to put it in order probably now, I'd probably go Griffey 1, Randy Johnson 2, Ichiro 3, Julio 4, Edgar Martinez 5. So hey, well, I can't help it, Britt, if someone knew and they ask. It's a big influential time in my life, If I didn't end up meeting Griffey or Koufax, who knows if I'm here today. It was very influential and a day that was one of the best days of my life. And I remember it was like yesterday, even though I was in first grade at the time. Top of the second, we're knotted up here at 0. Runner at first. 1 away. Bo Naylor in the box, 2 for 3 in the series. Pitch is low in the dirt. 1-0 count. Plus, a lot of people, haven't got a chance, regardless if you live in Washington or Oregon, not a lot of people, that I've ever met or associated with have met a lot of those top 5 guys, excluding, Julio Rodriguez. Meeting Ichiro or Edgar or Randy or Griffey wasn't really a common thing, back in the day, and some people got lucky enough to be able to have some kind of interaction with Ichiro, but he was pretty private, and again, like not a lot of people have been able to meet those guys unless it was like at an autograph card signing show or something like that, or if you ended up going to the game really early and got super lucky with an interaction. But it's a pretty precious moment for, most Pacific Northwest fans. Top of the second, runner at first, 1 away. 1-2 pitch from Castillo. Come on, Louise. Smoke him. Pitches outside, 2-2 count. Britt, who has surprised you in NASCAR this year? You got anybody besides Ty Gibbs that has surprised you? Based off who's won or who's kind of up and coming this year on the NASCAR Cup Series? I try to watch a little bit of the trucks and the Xfinity as well. Nice punch out. Let's go. Sit down. 95 miles an hour on that corner, baby. Let's go. Julio Rodriguez bobblehead night for the next couple nights. Wish I was there. Might have to scoop one. Let's go, Louise. Keep it moving. 1.2 innings, pitch, 2 hits. He already has 3 Ks. Big swing and a miss. Let's go. Austin Hedges, backup catcher in the box. Going after him ahead of the count, 0-2 count. And I saw on my timeline, and I thought I was having a double take. Did Bryce Harper go 3 home runs tonight, and his last one was a grand slam? Man, Bryce Harper is locked and loaded. Popped up, foul. Behind Cal Raleigh, count is still 0-2. 184 last season, batting average for Austin Hedges, 1 homer and 16 ribbies in 82 games played. Big swing and a miss. Got him. 4 Ks for Castillo. This is exactly what we needed. Let's go. Let's get into some more of these photos and squeeze them in here for Megan. me delete some of these, make some more room. And then we'll try to get some Jim Zorn in here. Is it football season yet? Man. Carson Wentz to the Chiefs on April Fool's Day. And the NFL Network, and NFL, their main socials, they're not going to be able to lie and, do some like April Fool's joke. When they come out with news, it's always going to be real. So, when that news dropped, a lot of people thought, oh, is this fake? Is it real? Since it was on, April Fool's Day. But to my knowledge, the NFL on their socials has never done like a fake, post on anything. So Jay-Z. Do I get one more squeezed in here for you? Got to get you with a throwback black and white. Love that. Appreciate you very much. Let's go. All right, come on, Cal. 1-1 count to Cal Raleigh. Let's go, baby. I'm looking for that first home run of Cal Raleigh of 2024. Cal, little bloop single, baby. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, baby. Nice job. Keep that momentum moving. Next up for the Mariners, first baseman, Ty France. Let's go, Ty. Oh, okay, Britt. I see you dropping the knowledge. Okay. Well, obviously, Napa know-how. Josh Berry. Okay. Yeah, you might be the only one. But again, you might end up getting your new franchise quarterback. So, I mean, it can't be any worse with Mac Jones or, obviously, with the others. At some point, things are going to get better. It's still going to be pretty rough. But again, you got to experience one of the best 20-year stretches in sports that no one will ever see ever again. So even if you don't end up winning anything, in 5 or 10 years or longer, no one will ever take away what was accomplished there in New England with Belichick, Brady, and Gronk. So double play opportunity. Got it. That was rough. Man zone hitting into the double play. Or excuse me, Ty France hitting into that double play with Cal Raleigh. That was a wasted at-bat there, Ty. Come on now. Next up, left fielder, Dominic in the zone, can zone. Let's go. Pitch right down the middle by Shane Bieber. 0-1 count, batting 8th in the order for Dominic Canzone. Big 3-run jack last night to help us get the win against the Guardians in game number 1 in the set. Chop foul, 0-2 count. Well, again, you end up having one of the best coaches of all time, arguably one of the best quarterbacks of all time, and one of the top 5 tight ends of all time. So it's, to be able to bring a team together and then all those great defensive players and coaches, at some point, you have to realize most teams only have about a 4 to 5 year stretch. Then they go to the playoffs, NFC, AFC championship game like the Hawks and the Niners did, back when they ended up having Colin Kaepernick and, having that run with Russ, right? And then they're still a pretty good team, but then you have to slightly rebuild and then try to do it again. You ended up having like literally 20 years straight of being competitive and being like the team that was most likely to make it to the AFC championship game or the Super Bowl for the AFC side. So, I get it. But again, history is always going to be made, and sometimes it ends up being broken, but at least you'll have a new quarterback to root for, whether that end up being Drake May, Jaden Daniels, JJ McCarthy, Bo Nix, Michael Penix Jr., or someone else. So we'll have to wait and see. 3-2 pitch. Got him. Bieber Fever with the punch out. Tough. All right, Bieber Fever, I see you. End of the second inning. We're still knotted up here at 0. What's that? Bieber Fever, 2 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 1 K. And then let's go to Castillo real quick and see what the stat line is. 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 0 earned runs, 0 walks, 4 Ks. Keep it going, baby. You're pacing for 10. Let's get there. Let's go. With Vrabel. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes. And again, it might be kind of rough, but it is what it is, and at least if you have a quarterback that you can root for, even if you're losing games, that helps, when you're starting over with the franchise. Let me see what other photos here I can dig up for Megan while we got a little time here. Always got to represent the new coach in town. Mike McDonald, baby. Building that baby Baltimore Raven defense and that Baltimore Raven mentality in Seattle. If you can't tackle, you're not going to be a part of this team, is what he said. So I'm definitely excited to see man-to-man, zone coverage, and just the amazing, kind of hidden blitzes that they're going to be able to sneak up on teams. It's going to be very, very exciting for a lot of people. Yes, it's a little bit of a transition going on from Pete Carroll, but I think they did hire the right guy, and I'm very excited to see them compete with the Rams and see how close the Rams in Seattle are to the San Francisco 49ers, baby. Let's go. Pacific Northwest, stand up. Appreciate you. All right, let me make some room real quick. Delete these. Next up here, Brian Rocchio. Let's see what Brian can do. Big swing and a miss, 1-2 count. Castillo is locked in compared to his first start. First start, he got roughed up bad on opening day, and it's nice to see the good Castillo right now, not the one that I'm, pulling my hair out, thinking, golly, what happened? All my Mariner buddies, Castillo's locked in so far. Reflect in the building. What's good? Yeah, I can see that. But again, also, too, with Bill Belichick, if the message isn't going to be relayed to the team, like if he's just spitting his knowledge and, he's being a hard ass, right, and they're not winning, it's one thing if you're a hard ass and you're winning games and people put up with it. But if you're going to be, kind of emotional and kind of verbal and kind of stern and kind of mean, and then you're not winning, eventually you're going to lose the team, and eventually at some point you have to make a change. Even if a guy has won 5, 6, 7 Super Bowls, at some point, like it goes in one ear and then it goes out the other. But at some point, after Brady and Gronk went to Tampa Bay and then ended up retiring, and helping me get a Super Bowl, you knew that Belichick was only going to stay to get the paycheck and try to get the most wins, as a coach in NFL history. And then, they ended up letting him go. No one picked him up. You could always have him and Saban on TV on a podcast or joining one of the crews, on Fox or CBS or ESPN if you wanted to. But again, I think Saban would be more likely to join, podcasts or do like College Game Day. Belichick seems a little bit more private than Saban and a little bit not as outgoing. So even though it would be great to be able to listen to Belichick and Saban and kind of pick their brain based off strategy and football, he's probably going to be hanging out with his wife/girlfriend and, just living the retired life, even though that football has been a big part of it. So, how are you, my guy? Castillo is locked and loaded, Reflect. I mean, a total night and day difference from when, he gave up like 7 billion runs in that first start. He's already at 5Ks pacing, for 10 to 12. So I put him on the thumb. And again, I'm normally going to put the pitchers on there. And I had to get brand new images for both. So it took a little bit longer. But I like this one too, with his hand up with the glove. And we've got Shane Bieber there on the left, the first thumb that has both pitchers on it for 2024. Pitch is foul, 2-2 count. And again, the magic number, 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. Yeah, I mean, again, there's a lot of pieces to fill. Running back, wide receiver, tight end, offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, corners. I mean, literally, like, you have to blow it up and start over, But again, if you blow it up and you start over, you bring in a new coach, no expectations. So if you end up getting to like 7, 8 wins, in that first year, it'll be surprising, right? And then you just try to add a win on the win column, 1 or 2 more every year or two until you get to about 10 or 11 wins, if that is possible. But it might be pretty rough. Another K by Castillo, but you might start off with 4 to 5 wins. The next year, try to get to 6 or 7. The next year, maybe 8 or 9. And then maybe the next year, if the drafting is good and the free agent pool is good, it might take 3 to 4 years of solid building, right? And depending on injuries with the Jets and the other teams, Miami, obviously in that particular division, it's going to be tough, right? So it might take you 4 years to be able to make the wild card. But if you pick the right quarterback in this upcoming draft and then build around him, and it works out and you pick the right guy, whether it be, Drake May or Jaden Daniels or, JJ McCarthy, Michael Penix Jr., Bo Nix, whoever, then eventually the happiness will come back. But you may have to wait, realistically, 3, 4, 5 years before you get probably close to maybe getting to 9, 10, 11 wins. Also, depending on what's going on with the Jets and Miami and obviously the big dogs in that particular division, the Buffalo Bills. And it feels like, with the Bills and Miami, and the Jets, like those teams are going to be better than you. But I feel that, even though you're going to be at the bottom and most people think maybe 4 to 5 wins in the first year, if you end up, getting a few more than that, and this, just being consistent, and understanding how long it's going to take to rebuild, eventually, hopefully you guys will end up being respectable. You guys might not end up being good, but as long as you get respectable, then you'll be able to pull off some upsets. And then eventually, if you get a quarterback, even if you're losing games, but you love him, and guys are like, oh, Drake May or Jaden Daniels, and then all of New England fans are buying the jersey, and you're getting the people to get excited, even if they're losing games. It's all about competing. And that way you're not losing 30-3. If you end up losing games and it's 30-23, and you're new and everything is brand new, I mean, sometimes you'll take that. As long as you're not getting ultimately blown out. So. Now, Zappy and Jones weren't good enough. And again, more than likely, you guys are going to be, trying to grab one of these rookies. But again, just because you grab one of these rookies, it's not going to turn the team around just with that player. You guys literally have like a billion holes, on both sides of the ball. And then also chemistry with the new coaching staff will take time. It's not going to be, something that's right away. And it doesn't help that you're playing the Bills and the Jets and the fucking Dolphins, a tough division to be in. But again, remember, you were the top dog for 20 years and they were looking up at you. Now it's time for you to look up at them, and then hopefully you guys can get, better sooner than later. Bottom of the third, 0-0, full count on Rojas. Let's go, Josh. And we kind of felt that this was going to be a pitching duel. Bieber Fever, the number one. Luis Castillo, the number one. So it might end up being like, we'll see after the pitchers go out. But assuming not a lot of production is going to be coming off both of these guys, at least so far. It's been pretty clean for both of these pitchers. We might end up having like a 3-2 game. It might be a little lower scoring than people anticipate. And hell, it could be as low scoring as 1-0 at the end of the day. But I hope that we get some runs, even if we have to wait for these starting pitchers to go out. Next up, shortstop J.P. Crawford. Let's go. We need you, J.P. Yeah, but the culture is only going to be there based off the people who are building the culture. So if Bill's gone, Tom's gone, Gronk is gone, the culture is gone. And that's just the truth, So the culture was built for that mentality, but it only works, if you have everyone on board. And that was one thing that, Belichick was able to get everyone to, believe his message and his methods, even if they didn't agree and even if it was tough in practice, but at the end of the day, if you're winning Super Bowls, then you're going to put up with it. But if you're going to be going through all the heartache and all the extra bullshit and you're losing, that's when you end up losing a team, at some point. And, the talent pool wasn't as good in previous years. But I'm praying for you to get better sooner than later. Can we get a Tridents up? Julio Rodriguez, no fly zone homer today. He's due. We need his first homer of 2024 tonight. Let's go, baby. 2 stacks. Let's get to 3. Big swing and a miss. Julio strikes out. JP needs to be better. Julio needs to be better. Polanco was struggling, but he got a base hit earlier in the game. So, we're there. Cal has not really been locked and loaded yet either. But he did get a single early on. So, again, Polanco and Cal, those are 2 guys that I obviously circled, on the chart, that they needed to step up here today. If they didn't homer, it showed me that you can get on base, and at least they did that. And hopefully we can get a run of consecutive hits to be able to get some runs on the board. Let's go. Squeeze in a few more of Megan's favorites for representing the cause and going above and beyond. We're going to squeeze in as many photos as we can. End of the 3rd inning. We're still knotted up here at 0. See if I can squeeze a Pete in here or 2. Oh, there he is. See if I can squeeze in one more. Yeah, baby. So many button clicks, baby. Jose Ramirez in the box. We're in the top of the 4th, 0-0. 3 hits for the Mariners. The magic number will be 7-10 and 5 runs or more. But, this looks like it could end up being a very low-scoring 1-0, 2-1, 3-2 type of game if everything continues at this point. American League Central standings, the Tigers are 4-0. The Guardians are 3-2 in second place. And Seattle is in a tie right now with the Texas and Los Angeles at 3-2. Castillo, 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 6 Ks, baby. Ramirez, a little dribbler, get him! Across his body, safe. Good effort, though. Nice base hit for Jose Ramirez. Next up, first baseman Josh Naylor, 0 for 1 earlier tonight. There was all kinds of the only thing that, I think the only thing on April Fools that really made people wonder was the Carson Wentz to the Chiefs. Because like I said, a lot of the parody accounts and a lot of people, putting out the April Fools type of stuff. But normally you're not going to really have a lot of like signings on actual April 1st on the NFL side. So for Carson Wentz to be the backup for the Chiefs, that's wild, because if Mahomes ends up going out for like a sprained ankle for a game or two, that's going to be some of the best supporting cast that Carson Wentz has been able to play with since he was on the Eagles and, was the MVP that year before he ended up going down with a season-ending injury. And then Slick Nick Foles ended up taking over and winning a Super Bowl for Philadelphia. So Carson Wentz, that's a little wild, but again, they don't assume that he'll, even be on the field at all, throughout the run. You want Pat to be out there 100% of the time. And again, there might have been another option besides Carson Wentz as a backup, but interesting. It definitely, whoever Carson Wentz's agent is, definitely earns a little bit of a bonus there. Just to be a part of an organization like the Chiefs, to have a chance to win a Super Bowl and have a chance to three-peat with Kansas City. That's wild. Top of the fourth, no outs. Runner at first, 1-2 pitch. Julio Rodriguez, bobblehead night. Taylor Trammell going to the Dodgers. Everyone going to the Dodgers. Teoscar Hernandez going crazy with like 4 or 5 home runs already. Doesn't surprise me one bit. Great supporting cast over there with Shohei and Mookie and Freddie. Less pressure for Teoscar to be like the number 1 or number 2 guy, over here on the Mariners, where he was. And he kind of looked like, where he was at, where he was playing with the Blue Jays, and maybe even a little bit better. So it won't surprise me if Teoscar ends up having 30 to 35, 40 homers this year for the Dodgers. Top of the fourth, 0-0. Runner at first with 1 out. Next batter for the Guardians, Tyler Freeman. Freeman pops up. Mile high. Get it. Yeah. Rojas with the defense. Are you kidding me? 2 away? No, I'm not. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Nice defense by Rojas. He's like, I got to be able to find the railing. He looks down, gathers himself. Cal's there. Great catch. Next up for the Guardians, Cleveland's very best right fielder, Will Brennan. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube, and the people in the chat. Love you, and I appreciate you. Come on, Louise. Get another K, baby. Popped up. And we need to find a way after these starting pitchers go out, if we can get a few cheap walks. I believe we had 6, and that was a big part of us being able to capitalize last night as well. Big 5-4 win against the Guardians yesterday on April Fools. Chop foul. And I know a lot of the Guardian fans that were, in the room and ones that were messaging me, we're looking forward to the series. But again, you have to make sure that the expectations are going to be realistic too, because especially if you end up, starting off 3-0 or 3-1, right? It's a good start, but if you're the Guardians, remember you played the A's, like literally the worst team in baseball. They have like 13 errors, going into today, the most in Major League Baseball. So I don't want to take anything away from the Guardian fan base, but again, beating the A's is something that you should have done, and I'm not saying that they're a bad team. I think they are going to be pretty good like the Mariners, but again, you always have to make sure the expectations are, not too high, not too low, and you understand who you end up playing in each series. And Guardians ended up lucking out by playing arguably the worst team in baseball. And, they should have been 3-0, 3-1, 4-0 when you play a team like that. So, but I don't want to take anything away from them. Still you have to go out there and get it done, and they did. So, and it's not like we ended up winning yesterday by a lot. It took everything that we had to be able to squeak by them 5-4. So I think they're going to be a sneaky good team this year. They got quite a few pretty good, solid pieces there too. Go Castillo. O2 pitch. Popped up. Foul by Will Brennan. Paisley sitting in the studio here behind me. Normally she'll go sleep on the couch, but I think she's missing Daddy. Daddy! Check swing. Still 0-2 count. I'm glad that everything worked on your end. What's the score of your game? What's going on? And always remember, if you need, links and whatnot, I got them. Uh-oh. Fucking Haniger with an error. What the fuck? Great base running there by Jose Ramirez. Haniger bobbled the ball, and they get a cheap fucking run. Boo! If we end up losing this game because of that play, I am going to be pissed. Focus, Haniger. I mean, Castillo has played so good up to this point. Is that what you're going to do? Focus. And then the ball bounces up, and then it got him right on the wrist, and that allowed Ramirez to go from first to home. Brutal. Why? 1-0 Cleveland. That's tough. Fucking error. Fielding error by Haniger. Not good. Uh-oh. Back. Gone! And just like that, after one mental error, here's Luis Castillo with a mental error of his own. And now we're down 3-0. Get the fuck out of here. The game was just 0-0. Fuck. Bo Naylor? Are you fucking shitting me? Golly. And that's what happens, when you lose focus. Everything is going good. Castillo's pacing for 10 to 12 Ks, and then you lose focus for a matter of 2 plays, and then you look up at the scoreboard, and instead of being 0-0, now it's 3-0. Golly, nice homer by Bo Naylor. Next up, catcher Austin Hedges. Gosh, you might as well just put a stake to my heart. Gosh. But I still believe we can come back. But that's tough. Now all my Mariner fans are like, fuck. F-U-C-C-C-C. K-K-K-K-K-K-K-K. Oh, man. Brutal. 1-1 pitch. Oh, that sucked. 1-2 pitch from Castillo. Pitches outside. 2-2 count. It's going to take a moment for them to gain their composure. But it shows you 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. You never know when those big plays are going to happen. And typically, when you end up having a costly fielder's error, you don't think you're going to give up a home run on the next at bat, but it does happen. Capitalizing off someone else's mistakes, and then you're able to, get a good play next time around. Well, we finally get out of the inning, for example, if someone ends up getting a big fumble, or a big interception, right, in the NFL or in college football, and then they end up going for like a deep Hail Mary or post route on first down and they score one play after getting the ball. That's exactly what happened to the Mariners right there. Thanks, Mike. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 4th inning for the Seattle Mariners. Next up for the Mariners, 1-for-1, third baseman, second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Batting second this inning, 0-for-1, right fielder, Mitch Haniger. You got to make up for that error, my guy. Going yard will definitely make things better. And batting third, 0-for-1, DHing for the Mariners, Mitch Garver. Let's go. periodically squeezing in some favorites. Bottom of the fourth, 3-0 Guardians. Damn it, one away. Little ground out to first. Be patient, Mariners. Come on, Polanco. Next up, right fielder, Mitch Haniga. I did see that, and he's one of those players that can play a little bit of everything. You know, if you wanted to run the RPO, he could run the RPO. If you wanted to put him at running back for a play or two, he could play it. If you want to put him in the slot, he could play there. If you want to put him on the outside, he's kind of a gadget type of player, a gimmick player, but you could definitely move him in multiple areas. And they might be able to have a couple, design plays for him specifically that might be able to, result in a touchdown or big first downs. Bottom of the fourth, 3-0 Guardians. Haniger, little dribbler towards third, 2 away. Rounded out to third, that's tough. Next up, DH for the Mariners, Mitch Garver. We just need to get Bieber Fever out of the game, and then hopefully we can get some runs. Bottom of the fourth, 3-0 Guardians. Come on, Garver. 19 home runs last season, second most in his career. We need you. Pitch is low. 2-1 count. Go, Garv. Let him know, Kip. Popped up. Foul. 2-2 count. See who Kip roots for. Phillies. He said Seattle, White Sox, and the Pirates. Bryce Harper, 3 homers today, including a grand slam. I would say that's a hell of a good day. Nice job, Garv. Go, go, go. Yeah, trident's up. There we go. Pitch Garver. Yes, sir. Nice job. Getting a hit by Polanco. Garver got a hit. Kyle Raleigh got a hit, but we need homers. But we'll take it. Nice job, Mitch. Next up, catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. Let's go, big dumper. We need you. I need to see your first homer of 2024. It'd be great if we could get you and Julio to homer tonight. Yeah, baby, let him know. Megan with a 20. She's doing a dono train by herself. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks with a little cactus jack. Bang, bang. Appreciate your generosity, your support, and I appreciate the friendship, especially when, you have people on the channel and you end up, doing special things for them. People don't forget that. When someone does something special for me, I don't forget it. When someone does something special for someone in the room, they don't forget it. And the bond is very strong, and I appreciate you very much. What would you like for photos on the next wave? You got a particular Steve Largent, Kenneth Walker III, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. You want some LaVisca Chenault, you let me know what you're looking at football, hockey-wise. You want some hack, let me know what you're thinking, and I got you. Or it could end up being, Grogu, or it could be Star Wars or Call of Duty, whatever you want, Jaws, all your favorites. You let me know. Cal Raleigh popped up. There's a souvenir for a fan. Grab it. Oh, wow. That one ricocheted about 10 rows back. If O-Dog was back there, he might have been able to scrap for that. Okay, perfect. I will. I got you. Yeah, we can do a little bit of everything. That's what makes this channel fun. That way we can actually see what you love, what we like and what we don't like. Punched him out. 4 strikeouts for Beeb. The Bieber fever. All right, let's get some photos here for Megan. Yeah, some mall as well. We can do that. Absolutely. Squeeze these in. Your boy has to work fast, baby. Appreciate you. Come on, Castillo. You got 6K so far. 3-0 Guardians in the top of the 5th. Next up in the box, Brian Rocchio. Pitches outside, 2-0 count. Come on, Louise. Yeah, I got you. We'll sprinkle in a little bit of everything. Fair ball. Are you kidding me? Golly. Rocchio. Stand-up double. Right down the middle. Crushed it. Next up for the Guardians, left fielders, 1 for 2, Steven Kwan. Dominic Canzone way out of position there, not even close. Like 8 feet away from the fucking baseball. Fucking bad throw to first. Unbelievable. 4-0 Guardians. I mean, sometimes Castillo gets roughed up, at Morningwood Academy, sometimes he gets roughed up, but again, sometimes he gets run support, sometimes he doesn't, Like you're going to get, some good games out of Castillo, Kirby, Miller, and Gilbert, and sometimes you're not, a lot of it is, the offense not being able to score enough runs to be able to help, if they do get roughed up in a game like this. That's why last year, we were terrible in one-run games and in extra inning games. But this year, I feel we're going to be a little bit better. But still, the magic number is always, no matter who we play, and no matter if it's Luis Castillo, the 1, or Emerson Hancock at the 5, we have to get 5 runs or 7 to 10 hits. And if we don't, typically we're going to lose 90% of the game. Fuck, another hit. Jesus, we're getting rocked now. I will look. Long season though, and still I feel that you're going to get a lot of pub with the Orioles and the Yankees, Rangers, but if there's going to be another team that might be like the 4th or 5th best in the American League, I don't think it's that crazy to think that Seattle may be able to get to that point. But we haven't had all the hitters clicking. The defense hasn't been good. Bullpen overall hasn't been the greatest, so we need to start checking off the boxes and trying to get some, continuity and chemistry, not only with the starting pitching, but with the bullpen, with the closers, getting more hits, and getting hits consecutively in one inning, not one inning and then waiting 3 innings to try to get a mini run. So there's a lot of things that the Mariners could do to improve. Top of the 5th, runners at 2nd and 3rd. Oh, man. Brutal. Judah in the building. What's good? Yeah, Dom sucks out there in left field. Like this, he got benched originally, but then when Garv got injured, they had to put him back in. But I don't think he's very good out there in left field. I'm not sure if right field was working a little bit better, or he can, maybe he's more comfortable being out there in right. But something needs to change, But I know it's maybe a newer spot for him, being on that area of the field, but. I mean, look how much area he has to cover out there in left field. I mean, between where the foul line is and where he's standing, I mean, if the ball ends up dropping anywhere over where the Miller time sign is over there in the Toyota, I mean, you're not going to be able to get there. And I think that we could score 2 to 3 runs against someone else's ace. You have to understand, Julio hasn't even homered yet. You know what I mean? Like a lot of JP hasn't been good yet. He hasn't got locked and loaded. Polanco is slow. So once we end up getting the first 3 or 4 hitters locked and loaded together, then that'll open up the door for Cal later on and some of the other guys. But ultimately, it's like you need JP, you need Julio, right? You need Polanco, and you need Haniger. And once all of them are clicking together, we will be able to manufacture, 2 to 3 runs or possibly more once in a while against other teams as aces. But again, a lot of the key guys that we thought that were going to be really hot to start the year haven't really found their groove just yet. Top of the 5th, 4-0 Guardians, bases loaded. My goodness. Ground ball, throw home. I guess he ended up getting it there. We get out of the inning, but the damage is done. But again, that's what I was saying before, that I didn't really think Castillo, up to that point, he was playing pretty good, but you had a mental error by Haniger, where the ball bounced stuff on the turf, and he gave up a home run. But again, we'll see what Kirby and Miller and Gilbert, end up doing. But we already saw Miller was giving up, a lot of heat, but when it gets right in the sweet spot, he's going to give up homers. So I don't know if George Kirby and Logan Gilbert are going to be our 2 best pitchers, of the year, but I feel a little bit more confident with those 2 guys so far rather than Castillo and Bryce Miller. Castillo and Bryce Miller have been pretty shaky to start off the year, and Kirby and Gilbert have been a little bit more trustworthy, and then Emerson Hancock ended up getting the dub, and we'll take any victory we get out of the 5-hole. So, it's going to be a long year, but obviously not the ideal 4-0 score that you want in the middle of the 5th inning. Good facts. Next up, 0 for 1, first baseman Ty France. Batting second this inning, 0 for 1 with a K, left fielder Dominic Canzone. And batting third, 0 for 1 with a K, second baseman, Josh Rojas. Tie. Back. Off the wall. Safe at second. Oh, my goodness. We need Ty France to join the dark side. Nice job, Ty. Should have been a homer. Off the wall. Let's go, baby. We need you. Next up, left fielder Dominic Canzone. And hopefully Canzone and Haniger can make up for those, either lack of hustle, being out of position for Canzone. And if he can homer like he did last night to make up for it. And then if we can get Haniger to do something for us at some point in the game to help out, that would be fantastic. Let's go, Dom. Nothing on the Cash App side just yet, Matt, but we might be able to get something there before the night is over. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as here on YouTube. Love you, and I appreciate you. $220. Let's get to 3. Struck him out on the corner. Got him. Wow. Castillo, 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 Ks, ERA of 7.20 going into the game, and still looks like it's about that spot. And then Bieber, 4.1 innings pitched, 5 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 5 Ks. Brutal. Bieber fever. One out, runner at second. Come on, Rojas, you can do it. Let's go, Josh. We got to chip away here. You're not going to make up all 4 runs in an inning, but if we can get at least a run this inning or next inning to kind of just chip away, that would definitely help. Now, of course, if you could get like a fluke homer, to make it 4-2, great. But, I don't even need that. Let's just try to get some consecutive hits, some RBIs, and even if we can get it to 4-1 by the end of this inning, that's, just chipping away at the lead. That's all you can ask for. And then eventually Bieber will be out, and then we'll be able to hopefully get some runs in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. But if we have to get 3 runs in the 7th, 8th, and 9th rather than 4, it'll help the cause. You got to keep it positive. It already looks like it's over, but that's the way that the Mariner games look 90% of the time. When the other team takes the lead, it's like, oh, fuck, it's over, right? It's like, oh, the hitting hasn't been good, the pitching hasn't been good, and then we're wondering how bad the bullpen is going to be. Are we actually going to be able to rally? But, 4 times than not, Seattle doesn't give up. They're very hungry. Sometimes we're not a great team. Sometimes we don't bring it every single game. Sometimes we get roughed up, but normally the effort will be there, for most of the guys. So 2 away. Rojas with the big K, strikeout. Bieber fever running wild. Next up, shortstop, J.P. Crawford, 0 for 2. Come on, JP. We need you. And when JP and Julio are hot, that's when the Mariners are going to be good. Because when JP and Julio are hot, that'll trickle down to Polanco and Haniger and Garver. And once those guys get hot, then it'll trickle down to Rojas and Kenzone and Cal. So it's like, layers of a cake. You're not going to be able to bake a cake just like that. Each layer is going to take time. And then once one layer gets done, then you move to the next layer. And hopefully those layers can start, because 4-0, it's going to be tough to be able to come back in this matchup. Big swing and a miss, 1-2 count. J.P. Crawford punched at 7 Ks for Beaver Fever. Tough. All right, 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 7 Ks. Brutal. Castillo, 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 Ks. So, he's got the 6 Ks, but man, it's almost like the 6 Ks doesn't even matter. That really good start that he had, after the damage was done. It's still good that you're punching guys out and you're not like at 0 strikeouts or 1, but it makes it even more painful when you have 6 Ks and things were going so good and you were pacing for 10 to 12 and then a couple mental errors. And then all of a sudden you look at the scoreboard and you're like, fuck, 4-0. Not ideal. Steve said, get off me. Can't guard me. Purple Eaters, can't guard me. Two goats, the Boz, the Largent. High stepping before high stepping was cool. I see you, Steve. Next up for the Guardians, Will Brennan. Top of the 6, 4-0 Guardians. Big swing and a miss, 1-2 count. Come on, Louise. Yeah, it's going to take some time to get the chemistry. And usually with the Mariners, we don't really come out very hot in April or May. And sometimes even June is hit or miss. Usually July, August is when we start to kind of ramp it up. But at some point, the Mariners have to start getting better sooner in the schedule. We need them to get a little bit more chemistry, continuity, and togetherness, in April and May. So that way that we're not having to play catch up at the end of the year. Yeah, I've seen a few of them. Love me some Griffey. And a lot of the Mariner commercials are great. Ichiro and Julio. Every once in a while on my timeline, I'll see some like old school Mariner commercials when like Griffey was playing, and they'll have stuff like that, where they have like a Nike commercial with like Griffey. And throwing the ball and it goes like over cities and everything. Or he hits a ball and it goes so far. Top of the 6th, 4-0 Cleveland. Bo Naylor in the box. 273 average, 1 homer, and 2 ribbies this season. Two pitch. Let's go. Top of the 6th, 1 away. 2-2 count to Bo Naylor. DHing for the Guardians this afternoon/evening. Popped up. Foul. Nice souvenir for a fan there. Around the 10th row. Okay. Have a great time with your brother, and I'll get you more photos whenever you're able to come through, and obviously I'll be streaming tomorrow as well. Thank you for your support and doing a dono train by yourself and really helping out, because, you know, I got so many bills and so many things with like vet bills and, you know, rent and you know, internet bill, cell phone bill, all, and, you know, Paisley's dog food, you know, being insanely priced, you know, like $80. So I really do love you and I appreciate it. Thank you for the amazing support that you bring to the channel on a daily basis. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day if I don't hear from you for the rest of the stream. Thank you. I'll be alive probably for another hour or so. So I appreciate you. Yeah, big surprise. I knew it was going to be, you know, probably a good number, like, you know, maybe like a 50 to 100. You know, when you were ready and when you could afford it, but you went way above and beyond. So thank you so much for your kind-heartedness and your generosity. It means everything. Thank you so much. Big surprise. Lauren in the building. Hey, Lauren, I was talking about you earlier. So remember when we were talking about the cream jerseys? Did you end up seeing Mariners socials? So the Fanatics actually didn't get the jerseys done for the players yet. So that's why they haven't wore the creams yet, but they are on tap for 2024. They have not faded the cream jerseys. So we're going to get those at one point or another. I don't know the quality, if the pants are still going to be see-through, you know, compared to last year's and whatnot, but the cream jerseys are still in the rotation. Pitch on the corner for a strike. 1-2 count against Austin Hedges. Top of the 6th, 4-0 Cleveland. Let's get Bieber Fever out of the damn game so that way we can come back. He's been hot, hot, hot. He has been electric. We need the Mariners hitters to be electric, damn it. Big swing and a miss. Oh, foul tip. Got him. There we go, Luis. Strike out for number 7 for Castillo. Nice job, Luis. Next up, shortstop Brian Rocchio, 1 for 2 with a run and a K. Yeah, I think the older one with the bigger names and numbers is much cleaner. It looks better. You know, the small name, small number, like when you see side-by-side photos of someone that bought a jersey recently and then, you know, this year and all the older ones, I mean, it's not even close. Like the ones that they're wearing now look like a kid version. They don't even look like a professional jersey. It looks like a kid jersey or like a knockoff or like a screen print, you know? Like a cheaper version for fans, but that, oh! Good effort by Rojas, but he just missed it. Rocchio singled to left, Naylor to second. He reached back for it, but he couldn't get it. Next up, left fielder, Steven Kwan. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X, as well as YouTube. And there goes Castillo. His night is over. I wonder if this will be the last year that Luis Castillo is the number one in the rotation, or if they're going to continue to use him as the number one based off name recognition. At some point, I wouldn't mind, throwing Kirby as the one or Gilbert as the one, giving someone else an opportunity. But again, even though he got roughed up tonight, he still ended up getting 7 Ks. But now we got Tyler Saucedo, and man, he might end up being worse. So let's pray that Tyler can at least get out of an inning. Yes, I agree. I totally forgot about this one last night. I was like, I thought I had another really awesome one, and it was this one. But I found it. And then obviously that's the best one. Let's go. Come on now. We need a rally. Taylor Saucedo. Tay-Tay. Go on, Tay-Tay. Popped up. Can zone. There we go. In the zone, can zone. At least he didn't give up a 3-run homer. I would have lost it. So we're down 4-0. Again, the magic number anyways is 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits. So it's unfortunate that, we're down 4-0, but it's not impossible. We just got to chip away. Try to get 1 run in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 1 or 2 in the 8th, and see where we're at, and maybe 1 in the 9th. We just have to chip away. We might be able to get 1 to 3 runs in 1 inning, but just chipping away, that's what we need to do. And then that'll give more confidence for the Mariners moving forward. We're still waiting for Julio and Cal Raleigh's first homer of 2024. Could we end up getting it here tonight? We need it. If there was a time that we needed our guys to step up, it's now. Next up for the Mariners in the bottom of the 6th, 1 for 2 with a K, no fly zone, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Try dance up. Batting second, 1 for 2. Second baseman, Jorge Polanco. And batting third, 0 for 2, right fielder, Mitch Haniga. Try dance up. Let's go. Yeah. And when it rains, it pours, because I think if the Mitch error didn't happen, the home run wouldn't have happened. I feel that sometimes when something bad happens, then the focus is lost a little bit. And then, if you're not on your game and, you end up throwing something right down the middle, sometimes that will happen. It's like I said, it's like in football, with the Ducks or with the Seahawks, you end up getting a big turnover, right? You get an interception or a fumble. And then if you're savvy enough to go for the touchdown on the first play, sometimes you get it. It's not likely to, get an interception and give it right back. Sometimes that'll happen also. But sometimes you got to go for the jugular when you feel the team is at a weak point. And if you go for the jugular and you put your foot on the gas, sometimes you'll be rewarded with a big play after a turnover or an error. Julio swinging at the first pitch. What is this, 2023 Julio? Are you trying to help the team out? Because that's not helping. Golly. Lined out to left on the first pitch. Not good. Next up, second baseman Jorge Polanco. Polanco's been struggling mightily, but at least he ended up getting, a hit earlier in the game. But, we need these hits to mean something, and we need to be able to get consecutive hits in a row. Not one hit by one guy, and then, three other guys after him struggle, and then maybe an inning or two later, another hit. We need more consistency. Cleveland's got 4 runs, 10 hits. We're at 0 runs, 5 hits, and 2 errors. Brutal. We're at 220. Let's get to 3. Thank you, Kip. Kip with a 3-er. Eight strikeout there for Bieber Fever. Thank you, Kip. Got to respond there. Candace in the building. What's good? Kip with a 3-er. What do you want? You want some Bryce Harper? 3 home runs, and his last one was a grand slam. I don't think anyone was hotter today in baseball besides Bryce Harper. But if you want some Philadelphia Eagles, Phillies, you let me know what you're wanting. I got you. I appreciate you. Kip and the Haynes family. $3 holla. Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks with a little cactus jack. Bang, bang. Appreciate you. $3 holla. Thank you, Kip. Appreciate you. Trident's up, baby. How are you doing? And Kip loves video games. Kip will actually create me in a video game and then play with himself or with me or other people, on the channel or, other people that he knows. Creative player options are always cool. I used to always do it with college football and some of the other games. And it's cool because, you can end up being a wide receiver one year. Then if you do a creative player, maybe you switch it up and then you're like a corner. And it's cool to be able to go through a season, with someone that you ended up creating. And, it definitely gives it a little extra spice. Like on my college football game, I have myself created as, I think I'm a wide receiver in the game. But this is an old school one, on PS2. Back, off the wall. Ground rule double by Haniger. There you go. That makes up for the error. There you go, Mitch. Miach. Way to be electric, Miach. Nicely done. Go. Get a rally going. Garver. Golly. Bieber Fever with another K. Brutal. All of a sudden we get a hit and then the rally dies so quickly. We just need Bieber to get the fuck out of there so we can start scoring some runs. 223. Let's get to 3. I'm doing good. How are you, Candace? Good. I'm glad to hear. I know sometimes, things have been a little rough for you in the last couple years. It's always good to, see that you're doing good. And not only that, you're doing great. That makes my heart feel good. Oh, brother. Anything specific that you want to be able to see, Kip? Paisley wants out. So let me open the door here. Paisley finally decided to get underneath the covers because I need to stretch my legs and run around in the house a little bit. All right, next up for the Guardians, 1 for 3 with a K, Andres Jimenez. Batting second this inning in the top of the seventh, third baseman Jose Ramirez. And batting third, first baseman Josh Naylor. Mariners hoodie night. Well, that's kind of cool. It kind of has that skater vibe with like the logos all over it. They should have put more logos all over it, like covering it like the old skater hoodies that would have like a logo, but it would be like everywhere on the hoodie, like 1,000 little logos everywhere, like on the hood, the front, the back. And sometimes they'll have like different colors of the logo. Like some of it, maybe it's red and then blue and then white. I love those old school skater, type of, hoodies that they'd have like at Zoomies and those old school stores that some of us don't really go to that much anymore. That fashion that you got to see like in the 90s and the early 2000s. RBI baseball. Oh man, there's some good ones. Bases loaded 2, bases loaded 3, baseball stars. I literally played like every baseball game back on like Nintendo days. Sega as well. I'll get you some Bryce Harper. If I can get it from today. The Bryce Harper photos from today. Let's see if they've actually registered yet. Saucedo with a strikeout. Nice. Ramirez, 0-2 count, top of the 7th, 4-0 Guardians. Let's go. I'd hit you with the Phillies spinning logo. Here's the photo from tonight. Oh, baby. I see you, Bryce. 1 home run, 2 home runs, and the third one for a grand slam. You can't have a better day than that. Well, I guess you could if you ended up having 3 grand slams in a game, but then we're talking something like on bases loaded or RBI baseball stat. I see you, Bryce. I see you. Yep. Appreciate you. Try to squeeze in at least another 1 or 2 photos once we get into the commercial break. If we actually can get anybody fucking out in this game. Oh, 100%. And that's some of the like things that I remember, like the music and the sound effects in cartoons, like in Transformers, Ninja Turtles, and G.I. Joe, the Real American Hero, Yo Joe, right? But also in the video games, the way that the Nintendo games sounded and the little sound effects, like I still, and then the little music that they would have in certain games, like Mario Brothers or Metroid or Zelda, or Bases Loaded, and even though it might have not been the best sound effect, compared to video games now, but it was very iconic. And a lot of us that are OGs that are over, 40 years old, we still love the old school vibes, especially for me, like, being able to go to the arcade and reminiscing on some of those old school memories and whatnot, or just, busting out one of the old systems, either a Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64, or my PS2. Polanco. Now we are just getting ripped apart here. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. Let's try to get to 15 likes based on how we, who we have in the room. Obviously, some people are going to be watching on the Twitter/X side and they don't have the ability to like the stream, donate to the stream, or, make comments yet. But at some point, it will hopefully be able to be linked fully, and we'll get comments from both YouTube side, Twitter side, donations from both sides, as well as shares and also likes from both sides. That would be awesome. So, I'll be honest, I watch that stuff every day, Kip. Every day I'll watch G.I. Joe, the Real American Hero, Ninja Turtles, or Transformers, at least a minimum of one episode every night. But most of the time it's about like an hour, hour and a half. I like to be able to reminisce back when I was young, and being able to watch, those things. Like right now on like Hulu, I believe they have Ninja Turtles season 1, 2, and 3 available, or it's on Prime. And, it's 1987, 1988, and 1989. The first Turtles was always the best. The voice actors in that, the animation, it's top tier. And then G.I. Joe, Real American Hero is 10 out of 10. And Transformers from 1984, 1985 is 10 out of 10. They don't make cartoons like that nowadays, even though they still got good ones. Simpsons, Rick and Morty, Bob's Burgers, King of the Hill, South Park. There's still stuff that's good, but it'll never, ever, as far as like toy line stuff, it'll never compare. And that's why the 80s cartoon toys are worth the most out of any era. If you go and look at like the Transformer original toys, the Ninja Turtles, the G.I. Joes, the Star Wars toys, a lot of that stuff is worth a hell of a lot more than anything that came out in the 90s, in the 2000s, in the 2010s to the current. Like 80s ends up having like the most value, and they did a great job back in that era. Let them know. Let's try to get to 15 likes and then hopefully 20. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Let's try to get to 20 on every stream as long as we have enough people to do that. Now, if obviously people on the Twitter/X side had the ability to like and comment and donate on that end. All right, well, it looks like we just got to 15. 5 more to be able to get to 20. And the reason that's important, it's the algorithm. For me personally, I could really, it doesn't really bother me, 12 or 15 or 20, but I know the higher the number that you get with that, the better chance you have with the algorithm recommending your channel, based off stats in general. So X-Men 97 is fire. I've watched that new episode every Wednesday. And like I said, the top 2 shows that are out right now, Shogun, on FX, going over, like that era in Japan from the 1600s. It's amazing. And obviously X-Men 97 on Disney+. They have 3 episodes out, and the 4th one will be tomorrow. And my favorite cartoons in the 90s were X-Men and Batman the Animated Series. Those are my 2 favorite in that era. Popped up, 2 away. Ramirez tags up, 5-0. Brutal. And it's slightly different from the X-Men, in the 90s, but it's still good enough with the voice acting and the way the animation looks, where it doesn't look like a modern day X-Men. They really tried to keep it close to what it looked like, back in the 90s, and I like that. Because if you're going to switch it up, and try to make it like a modern day X-Men, I honestly feel a lot of people would have, not been down with it, but. Oh, Crystal's in the hospital. Well, prayers up for her. Rojas. Hey, you know what? We're only down 5-0. And of course, Bieber still isn't going fucking out. Of course not. He's got 9 Ks. Like, what is this guy going to do? Pitch the whole fucking game? I mean, if that's the case, we're fucked. But if we can get him out, in this inning, and then obviously do a little bit of damage in the 8th and the 9th with like 1 run each, in those innings, and have a monster inning in this inning or next inning. I mean, realistically, this is not looking good, but hopefully we don't end up getting a 0 and we get goose egged at the bare minimum. Hopefully we can get to at least 3 runs, but I'm hoping that we can find somehow, some way we can get, homers from Julio and Cal before the game is over to at least give us a chance. Next up, 1 for 2 with a K. Catcher, Cal Raleigh. Come on, big dumper. Batting second, first baseman, Ty France. And batting third, left fielder, Dominic Canzone. Let's see if I can squeeze a couple Bryces for you here. Big day for Bryce Harper today. Bryce always ends up having dope photos. Appreciate it. Yep. See if I can squeeze one more in real quick. Did Bieber finally go out yet? Oh, Bieber, they did take Bieber out. Thank God. Now Morgan is in. All right, time to fucking rake. Wake up, Mariners. You got to be like Bryce Harper. I mean, hell, Bryce Harper did more than the Mariners did by the whole team, just by himself. Where's our Bryce Harper, damn it? Yeah, there we go. Just like I thought. As soon as Bieber goes out, bang, right away with a hit. And sometimes you just know, and it's a whole new ball game. It just sucks that we put ourselves in a fucking 5-run hole instead of like a 2-run hole. You're down 2-0. You're okay. Even 3-0. 3-0 hurts, but it's still attainable. When you have 4 or 5-0, you're almost like, God damn it, it's over. But, rallies can happen. You have to believe. You can't be a negative Nancy. You got to be a positive Pete, And I feel that's the difference between me and other Mariner content creators and streamers. Most Mariner content creators and streamers are negative, like 100% of the time. We're cursed, the team sucks, we're never going to be good, and it's complain. At some point, yeah, some of these things might be going on, but bitching and moaning about it ain't going to make it better. You gotta be able to uplift and be positive and think of, the bright side of things, and that's what we're going to get here. Of course, we're going to call them out when they're playing bad, but again, being negative for fucking 3 hours or every single video you put out about the Mariners is not what Mariner fans want to see, unless you'd like to look at people talk shit about your favorite team all the time. But I know with me, I don't want to watch someone else's content bashing the Mariners left and right when I already know that they're bad. I want to be able to look for the upside of things, and that's what you're going to get here. Nice job, Cal. Little bloop single there. Next up, Ty France, baby. Let's go. Come on, Ty. Ty homers here. We're right back in it. Little dribbler towards third, foul. Yeah, you let him know. Let him know. Oh, yeah. Batman, the animated series is fantastic. And you know what's crazy? Some of those seasons have like 50 to 100 episodes for like one season. I ended up watching it from the beginning to end. And it's like, normal seasons in like a TV show, it's like 10 or 12. In a cartoon, it might be normally like 20 or 30 for a season. But in Batman, I have never seen so many episodes. Like, I swear, on season 1 or 2 or 3, there's like almost like 80 episodes for like 1 year, for one season of that show. Definitely cool, if you love Batman and you love that vibe back in the 90s. But X-Men and Batman were by far the best, in my opinion, in the 90s. They walked him. There we go. See, you got to be positive. As soon as Bieber goes out, we're starting to get it going, baby. We couldn't get anything while he was in, and then boom, Cal gets ahead. Boom, Ty France ends up taking a walk. Now we need a 3-run jack from Dominic in the zone, can zone. Let's go. Let's go, Dom. And we ain't talking Toretto. Let's go. Let's go, Dom. Runners at first and second, no outs. Great opportunity here to get a run or two. Stop the bleeding, put the Band-Aid on, stop moaning and bitching and whining, and let's get to business now. Everything that happened with, Beaver Fever is fucking over. Now it's a brand new ball game to try to make up 5 runs in 3 innings. And then see if we can take it to extra innings. That's all you got to worry about. Just try to get 1 or 2 runs per inning the rest of the way. Definitely easier said than done, but it's definitely attainable. Dom popped up, 1 away. Obviously, runners aren't fast enough to tag up and advance the bases. 1 away. Damn it, Dom. But he did get a 3-run jack yesterday, so. Josh Rojas can get an RBI, though. He actually has been pretty good. I don't think that we should be paying Luis Urias. We shouldn't even be playing him at all at third. I think Rojas should be the guy at third base. But again, the weakest spot, might be the third base, position. 0 for 2 today, but, Rojas, he's been pretty good. He's been the best hitter on the Mariners, even though a lot of us thought he might be the worst at third base. He's batting .400, just 0 for 2 today. So. Bottom of the 7th, runner at first and second, 5-0 Guardians. Jason in the building, what's good? Bieber Fever was amazing. There we go, Rojas. What'd I tell you, baby? Trident's up. Go Mariners. Go Mariners. Go Mariners. Bang, baby. Hey, you talk positivity. You talk about it. You talk about that life, and you shall receive. There you go. Chip into the lead. Sports gods, they love your boy. Let's go. Nice job, Rojas. Best hitter on the team, baby. Batting .455 for the season. Where are you, Julio? And like I said, based on Rojas, yeah, the defense might be suspect at times, but there should be no reason Luis plays at all this season. Let's go. Next up, shortstop J.P. Crawford. We could really use a good RBI here, and then Julio going yard. Come on, J.P. You've been underwhelming so far this season. It's 5-1. It could be 5-4. It was one swing. Let's go. You get an RBI, right? Julio gets a homer, and all of a sudden we're at 5-5, baby. Let's go. I've watched enough Mariner games. I've been watching since like 1985, so I know how this team fucking operates. Most Mariner fans, if you're just going to be negative, you're like, oh, it's over, and maybe they turn the TV off. But again, I've watched this team, be great, and I've watched this team suck ass. But again, this team is hungry. And you just have to believe that we're going to chip into the lead. And again, it sucks that we got ourselves in that hole, but you got to give Bieber Fever a lot of credit. He did great, while he was out there. But as soon as he goes out, that's our opportunity to start, raking. And here we are. Let's go. Nice job, Rojas. Who would have predicted that Josh Rojas would be the best hitter on the team? These are the batting averages for the Mariners. JP Crawford, .091. And we thought Colton Wong was fucking bad. Jesus Christ. Julio Rodriguez, 227. .091, brother? Golly. 227? That needs to be better. Polanco, 143. That's not good. Haniger's batting 300, so you're doing a good job. Garver, he was hurt, but still nowhere near where we need him. 200. Cal Raleigh, with 2 hits today, got his average up to 250. Ty France, getting a few hits, getting his average up to 350. Dominic Canzone, .067. Dom, you and JP trying to get like the worst batting average for the year? Come on. And then Josh Rojas, the unsung hero, 455. Like he's Aaron Judge or Shohei Ohtani or something. Sometimes, you think a team and, it shows you. Sometimes you don't know anything until the games are played. At least Rojas is doing well, but, kind of alarming how bad Dom and JP are doing. But, it's early in the season, but still, there definitely needs to, I don't know, a new hitting coach, a new routine. I don't know what needs to happen, but things need to change, baby. Let's go. Can we get a rally, please? And I like it. It's good timing for Jason coming in saying, go Guardians. And as soon as he does, boom, we get a run. So, whether Jason is a true Guardian fan or possibly a Mariner hater, we don't know, but we'll take it. Let's go. Let's go. Scott Barlow in the game. And again, you just have to chip away. Even if you get down 5-0, you get it to 5-1, then you try to get it to 5-2, possibly, 5-3, get 1 run in the 7th or 2, try to get 1 or 2 in the 8th and maybe 1 in the 9th. You're not going to be able to typically get all 5 back in 1 inning, but it does happen from time to time. Like this inning, and we could end up getting 4 or 5 runs. It just depends if we can cash in here. What I would like to see right here is JP take a walk. You don't need to necessarily swing. And if he could end up getting hit by a pitch or taking a walk, and then we get bases loaded, then we might not necessarily get a grand slam out of Julio, but we might be able to get some kind of RBI opportunity, and it could end up being like 5-3. Best case scenario, you end up getting a walk, and then another walk, and then you end up getting, runs coming in without anything really happening. Come on, JP. Not giving us any really help here so far. Bottom of the 7th, 5-1 Guardians. Runners at 2nd and 3rd, 1 away. JP with a swing towards first base and foul. 1-2 count. Let's go, baby. 223 doll hairs. Let's get to 3. Let them know. Moose is loose, baby. Take the walk. Be patient, JP. Two pitch. Outside. Good eye, JP. Good eye, JP. Come on, JP. Let's go. Come on, JP, take the walk. Take the walk. That'll get us a run. All right, well, it would have been nice if he would have taken the walk there. I'm not sure if that would have ended up being a strike, grounded out to the shortstop, but France scored Rojas to 3rd, and it shows you, as bad as it looked at 5-0, a lot of people want to complain and bitch and moan. The game's over, the game's over. If you've been a Mariner fan, you know how it goes. Now, with 1 swing, and if Julio gets his first homer of the year, we're at 5-4. We're in business right now already at 5-2. But if we really want to try to be able to win this game or tie, if Julio can go for his first homer in 2024, we are in business. Let's go. But honestly, I would be happy with Julio just taking a fucking walk. You know what I mean? Like, just get on base. Doesn't have to always be you. Come on, Julio. Trident's up. Check swing. Did he go? No, he didn't. 1-1 count. chipping away. It happens, just like in basketball, baseball, football, hockey. It's a brand new ball game after the starting pitcher goes out, and this is a great example. As soon as Bieber went out, we've been able to rough up their bullpen. And the same thing happens to the Mariners when we have a good start with like Kirby or Castillo or Gilbert or Emerson Hancock or Miller. We could be up 5-0, but as soon as that guy goes out, if Saucedo gets in and does bad, it might end up being 5-3 as soon as that pitcher goes out. So the same thing will happen to the Mariners, but this is a good opportunity for us not to give up. And honestly, getting 1 or 2 runs, that's exactly what we needed. You're not typically going to get 3, 4, 5, in that inning after the pitcher goes out. Julio popped up, and that's the end of the inning. But that was a good inning. 5-2 Guardians, chipping away. So we got 2 runs in the 7th. We want to try to get 1 or 2 in the 8th, and then 1 or 2 in the 9th. To at least give us a shot to do something. Let's go, baby. Go M's. Julio, ice cold, baby. Especially when you ended up hitting that homer one of the last games in spring training. You haven't been able to carry the momentum over. Come on, Julio, we need you. If you want to be considered a top 10 player, you got to come out of the gates much better. I don't know if you need to get a new hitting coach. I don't know if you need to be sitting down with Ichiro and Griffey, but you need to make some changes. Let's go. High expectations, we have them. And deservedly so, especially with the money that you're getting paid. And you're supposed to be Ken Griffey Jr. 2.0. You got to start playing like it. Okay? Let's go. Chip away, chip away, chip away. So, Cleveland Indian fan. Next up for the Guardians. Get up here with the logo. Let's go to the top of the 8th. 2 for 3 with a run, 2 RBIs and a K. DHing for Cleveland, Bo Naylor. Batting second, 0 for 3 with 2 Ks. Catcher Austin Hedges. And batting third, shortstop Brian Rocchio. Well, that's good that you're a fan, not just a Mariner hater. We get some of those from time to time. That's a good question. I like all the uniforms. I don't really. I think everyone's got their favorites, either with the blue, the gray, the white, the cream, or the throwback. And I know when the throwbacks first came out with the black pants, a lot of people didn't like them. They're like, "Oh, this is ugly." But they're starting to grow, I think, on Mariner fans as something different, especially with the Fanatic uniforms. Being the smaller number, smaller name, see-through pants, and whatnot. But I feel like those uniforms now have gained a little bit more momentum, where maybe people thought they were ugly compared to the old jerseys. But now, since the newer jerseys are kind of bootios, that the throwbacks are kind of nice. Top of the 8th, 5-2 Guardians. Bolton in, popped up. Ty France. 1 away. Try dance up. Gabe got in yesterday, so they got to give some of those guys a little bit of a rest. We'll see who ends up being in the 9th. If it'll end up being Stanek or Munoz, we'll see. Or someone else. I mean, we'll see what Scott Service has going in the bag. So, but again, 7 to 10 hits. We're at 8, but we need 5 runs or more, and we're only at 2. And it's funny how that number seems like it ends up being like the true number. And again, I look at stats and analytics every day, just like Reflect. And last year, that was the magic number, and it almost stayed true the whole year. If you don't get 7 to 10 hits and you don't get 5 runs, the Mariners lose 90% of the games, sometimes 95, especially when we weren't good at 1-run games in 2023 or extra inning games. But in 2022, we were good in 1-run games, we were good in extra inning games, and things were better, and we ended up making the playoffs. So, you just have to find a way to chip away slowly but surely, but the offense needs to match, the pitching. when things are good and when things are bad, you got to be able to step up. But again, when you're looking at the batting averages of, J.P. Crawford at 0.087, Polanco 0.143, Ken Zone 0.067. Those are like Colton Wong numbers, and that's unexcusable. It's not, it's one thing to be batting like 200, but if you're like at 100 or under 100, it's, especially if you're a good player, it's hurting the team dramatically, especially at the top of the lineup. You can't expect Julio to knock in runs, when JP can't even get on, and give him that extra momentum instead of feeling all the pressure that Julio's got to do it by himself. And like I said, once JP gets going, you'll notice Julio will get going at the exact same time. Top of the 8th, 5-2 Guardians. I mean, I'm not a Yankee fan, but I like Anthony Volpe. I don't mind Aaron Judge. I ended up getting a ball from him. So obviously I got a little bit of appreciation for him. Never been a Juan Soto guy, but he's killing it for the Yankees this year, and they look like they're back. And, Giancarlo Stanton, obviously part of that Bronx Bombers. It looks like Soto might be the guy that takes that away, but now they got a 3-headed horse instead of 2. And, we'll see what the Yankees end up doing. If the Yankees end up making a run this season, it wouldn't surprise me. There we go. Good stuff there by Bolton. 2 Ks. Go to the bottom of the 8th. Now we got to try to manufacture another 1 or 2 runs to give us a shot in the 9th where it's not that much pressure. If we can get it to 5-3 or 5-4, 5-4 is ideal, but even 1 run, 5-3, and then you need 1 or 2 in the 9th to be able to go to extras. No guarantee that we win, but just to show that we're fighting still. But again, getting yourself into a hole, of 5 runs. But again, it sucks, but we have to get that number. If you don't get 5 runs, you're not going to win a lot in Major League Baseball. You have to be able to, to win those games. And again, it seems like this season that we are going to be able to get some 1-0 victories, some 2-1 victories, 3-2, 4-3 victories. There are going to be some of those this year. And hopefully we can find a way to get this to go to extra innings, or if we can have a miracle happen, we can win in obviously regulation, sometime in the 9th. So let's go. Let's see what we got going on here in the bottom of the 8th. Next up, second baseman, Jorge Polanco. 1 for 3 with a K. We need another hit from you, Jorge. Batting second, right fielder, Mitch Haniger. We could really use a Haniger bomb, to make up for that error that you had earlier in the game. I mean, we need you, bud. And batting third, DHing for the Mariners, Mitch Garver. Come on, Mitch. Jorge, Mitch, and Mitch. Miach, we need you. Mariner Moose is counting on y'all. Let's go. But also, too, you got to remember, there's going to be recency bias. And normally with the Mariners, if you've been actually a fan, it takes time. Normally in April and May, and sometimes half of June, we're not very good. We normally don't come out of the gates like 15-0 or 12-3. That's not really Seattle. And at some point we will be like that. But who knows how many years it's going to take to be able to get hot, from spring training and have it carry over. And we started off really shitty. We were the worst team in spring training, 1-9-1, right? And then we ended up rifling off a bunch of wins and ended up being like 15-13. So a lot of us thought, maybe we'll be able to carry that momentum over with, 6 or 7 of the players, maybe not all 9, but it looked like, this was maybe the year that we could get off to a good start, right? But spring training is only spring training. And obviously once you get to the big boys and you're in the, the regular season, things are a little bit different. Bottom of the 8th, 5-2 Guardians. Polanco, 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss, 2-2 count. Come on, Jorge. But we really haven't got the production that we thought we were going to get out of the gates, out of Polanco and Garver. And obviously with JP and Canzone's numbers being much lower, I think most people thought that Canzone and JP would be batting 2 to 250 at this point, not 100 or below that. So, but I'm not worried. They'll pick it up. And again, I've been watching the Mariners since the mid 80s. I know I look young, but I'm 41. So if I've been watching since like 85, 86, and we're in fucking 2024, every year is going to be a little bit different, but history tends to repeat itself. Struck out looking. Polanco, come on, bud. I mean, we got rid of guys, like Teoscar and Jared Kelenic and Eugenio Suarez because they struck out too much. And these were the guys that were supposed to be the money ball guys that were going to help us win. So far, not looking too great, but I'm not going to give up on them. Next up for the Mariners, right fielder, Mitch Haniga. Trident's up. Let's go. Let's go, Miach. Ground ball, routine play. 2 away. Brutal. Next up, DHing for the Mariners, Mitch Garver. Hell, at this point, if Mitch Garver is going to be playing like this, obviously it's going to be up and down and whatnot. It's like maybe we should have kept Mike Ford instead of, looking at Mitch Garver to be the DH or when he's out and injured, it's Haniger. Maybe we should have kept Mike Ford on the roster. But, coulda, woulda, shoulda. And then Mike Ford will obviously struggle too, but he does get hot and he can go yard and he brings that power. And we like those beefy, heavier guys with the tree trunk legs, and we don't really have a guy like that on the roster. No Vogelback, no Mike Ford. Hopefully Garver can figure it out. Popped up, out of play. Let him know. 2:23. Let's get to 3, baby. It's a long season. Remember, baseball fans like to overreact. And remember, it's like, football, you're going to get like 17 games and then playoffs. College football, 11, 12, 13 games with the bowl game. Right? Basketball, 82 games. So you get a kind of a feeling about halfway through the season of where the teams are at. Baseball's 162. It's insane. It's fucking insanity. You're not really going to know where your team is at until the first, 60 to 100 games. I feel like when you're about a third of the way through the season, or a little bit past that, like around 60 wins or 60 games, then you kind of have an idea of where you're at. And then the next tier is once you get to that 100 game mark, and then 120, and then obviously the last 40, 42 games. But that's kind of the tiers that I kind of look at. Obviously the All-Star break, you'll have that midway point or a little bit before or after. But 60 games, 100 games, 120, and then the last 42. That's kind of where I do my, judgment call based on the players and what we're looking at. It's like to be able to judge someone in the first fucking 5 games of the year or 6 games. I mean, what do you expect? You want everyone to be batting 400 with like 5 homers each? We all can't beat Teoscar Hernandez on the Dodgers or fucking, Bryce Harper with, 2 home runs, and then he gets up again and hits a grand slam. Not everyone's going to be like that. But someone that could be like a Bryce Harper, at least today, could be Cal Raleigh. Big dumper, little dumper. You lost a little weight. We need you. Come on now. Runner at first. If you go yard, it's 5-4 and we're in it. Big swing and a miss. Come on, Cal. Astros lose again, 1-5. I love that. Did their time come and go? Or are they going to be able to recover? At some point, you would think, if injuries, don't hurt them. One of their pitchers ended up getting a no-hitter, I believe, for their 1 win. But, to say the Astros are going to be like worse or bad like the Angels and the A's, I highly doubt it. Eventually, they'll turn it around, and they should at least be ahead of those 2 teams. And hopefully, the Mariners will be ahead of them, and then it'll just be us and the Rangers, battling for the crown at the top of the division in the American League West. You young, bro. 57, baby. Happy birthday, bro. We're waiting on Julio. We're waiting on Cal. Come on, Cal. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as YouTube. Dribbler. Rough. Now we're going to need a miracle in the ninth to get 3. But if we do lose, I am hoping that we can get to 3 or 4 runs. Effort is everything. And some people say, well, you fucking lost. Yeah, but the thing is, losing 5-4 is much better than 5-2. And sometimes that momentum will carry over to the next matchup, especially if you're playing the same team in the set. You know, you just want to be able to keep that momentum going. You know, and sometimes people think, that shit doesn't matter, but it really does. Momentum sometimes is just for, like in football, it could be for a play, it could be for a quarter, it could be for a half. Sometimes it can carry over for multiple games. In baseball, sometimes that momentum can carry over into the next game, you know, and the next few innings after that. So, you know, effort is everything, and hopefully we can finish strong, even if we lose. You know, if we end up getting to 3 or 4 runs, that'll give us a better chance to be able to win tomorrow if we end up losing this game. But it's not over yet. You know, 3 is a lot. We have to hold them to nothing, and then we got to pray for 3 just to get it to extra innings and then see if we can end up winning 6-5. So it's a lot to ask for, but not impossible. Next up for the Guardians, 2 for 4, a sleeper player, left fielder, Stephen Kwan. I like Stephen Kwan. He's underrated. Batting second for the Guardians, second baseman, Andres Jimenez. And batting third baseman, Jose Ramirez. And nice to see Jose getting his batting average up. You know, and compared to what we are dealing with our particular roster, right? So you got Stephen Kwan batting 321. You see a difference? Jimenez, 318. Jose Ramirez is batting around 200, and now he's got his batting average up to 250. Naylor, 368. Freeman, 211. Brennan, 250. Naylor, 308. Hedges, the backup catcher, 167. And then Rocchio, 316. We don't have anybody batting like they do. So it shows you, you know, you don't have to necessarily have the biggest names. It doesn't have to be a bunch of Julio Rodriguez's out there. You just need to be able to get on a rally and produce together, you know. And that's the thing about baseball. You know, it can't be about name recognition. You know, it has to be about production. Let's go. You are back. How are you? All right, top of the ninth. Stephen Kwan, 2 singles. He's a sleeper player for the Guardians. I've always liked him. You know, there's a lot of guys on this roster that you could put on. You know, if you look at the names, they may not, you know, pop off the page unless you actually watch Cleveland on a regular basis. You know, but again, a lot of the guys are going to hit for a good average, and they play well together. You know, they're going to be one of those sleeper teams that kind of gets taken for granted. But if you take them for granted, they'll slap you in the mouth. You know, they have enough talent to be able to win games. And they've obviously showed us today, you know, they're not playing around. There we go. 1 away. That was close. Next up for the Guardian, second baseman, Andres Jimenez. What a barehanded. Barehanded, baby. Castillo, Saucedo, Bolton, and Snyder. We need Matt Brash back, too. You know, it used to be Brash, Munoz, Sewald. And, it shows you, like, how important, people are. But, again, getting rid of Sewald and getting Dom and getting Rojas, we technically got 2 starters out of it. And we can always move Munoz to the closing position, and that's what they were thinking. Here we go. 2 away. Now we just got to make sure that Jose doesn't turn into the Jose Ramirez of old, and he doesn't go yard here. He's kind of struggled in the first part of the year, But this guy, normally is going to hit close to the 300, and at some point he'll have over a 300 average. At one point or another, you could argue he was their best player, overall, besides like a Beaver Fever and a few of the other pitchers. But as far as like popularity, he's probably the most popular name on the roster. As far as like other fans, if they're not really familiar with Cleveland, that's one name that they're familiar with, either Shane Bieber or with Jose Ramirez. 250 average, 1 homer, 4 ribbies, but I know his batting average and his homers will go up. Happy birthday, Kip! There we go. Got him. Last opportunity for the Mariners. Happy birthday, Kip! We need a serious Mariner Moose action right here. You have to double up on the Mariner Moose. We need some good fucking results here. We need a miracle. Oh, Mariner Moose, what you think? Mariner Moose is ready. Rally caps on. Trident's up. Go, baby. Before the game started, where we're at now, find a way. Joe Dirt approved. And you got to realize, to get 3 runs, you're talking about getting 3 consecutive hits. Like I said, 3 runs is a lot, and you don't need every guy to homer. Obviously that would be ideal if you could have back-to-back-to-back homers and whatnot, but it could very easily end 5-2, but I hope that we can get it to at least 5-3 or 5-4 if we lose, just to be able to carry over to the next matchup. But I would love for us to tie and be able to get to extra innings and then see what happens. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter /X, as well as people in the room. Love you, appreciate you. Happy birthday, Kip! GG so far, Jacob. We got you yesterday, and you guys are in real good position to tie up the series here today. Go. 1-2 count. Come on, Ty. Two count. Come on, Ty. I mean, how many photos do you need? You need some extra love? Let's go. 2-2 pitch. Ty crushes it. Foul. Come on, Ty. You need a third photo, Ty? Is that what you need from me? Let's go. Come on, Ty. Get on base. Pitch is outside. 3-2 count. Take a walk. I mean, like I said, if you get to this point, don't get greedy, right? Take a walk if it's there. You don't got to be the hero with that big, big home run, right? Let's go. Take a walk. Ooh, chop foul. I thought the bat was going to go flying there. Keep fighting. Let's go. Come on, Mariners. Let's go. What do I got to do? Do I got to bust out the starting lineups? Let's go. Fouled off. Come on, Ty. Keep battling. Do you need another photo? Come on, Ty. Damn it, Ty. Why, Ty? Why? 3-2 pitch. Struck him at. Brutal. We needed you there, Ty. You should have just not swung. You might have been able to get a walk on that pitch. It was right on the high corner. Next up, Dominant Canzone. Top of the zone, too. Yeah, he was never going to hit that. Come on, Dom. Dom, yeah! Oh, he fumbled the bag. He fumbled the bag. Go, go, go. Tridents up, tridents up. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Yeah, baby. Let's go. Just like that. Hey, just imagine if Ty would have been able to get to first, he would have been able to get to third. Right there, but Dom is like, okay, I fucked up. My hustle wasn't very good in left field, but I'm going to be able to use my bat. 3-run homer yesterday. Nice job. Now our best hitter, Josh Rojas, batting .455. And I'm not saying Rojas is going to go yard, but I mean, it's very possible that he could end up getting an RBI for us. He's been the most locked-in hitter. Who would have thought that we would be relying on Josh Rojas in the 9-hole as our best hitter? That's kind of been the whole story of the Mariners in 2024. When your 9-hole hitter is your best hitter by a lot. Pitches inside, right on the corner. 0-2 count, should have been a ball. Boo! Boo! Come on, Josh. Come on, Josh. Be patient. 0-2 pitch. Hit his glove. Come on, baby. I'll even do a couple for you. If you would have told me before the season started that Josh Rojas would almost be batting fucking 500 and being the #1 hitter for the Mariners after 5 or 6 games, I would say, you're crazy. Come on, Josh. Come on, Josh. Bottom of the 9th, 5-2, runner at second. Dribbler towards third. Fuck. 2 away. And obviously Dom couldn't advance. All right, here we go. Here's the game. Last at bat, possibly. Shortstop J.P. Crawford, 0 for 4 with an RBI and a K. Let's not go 0 for 5. Come on now. Come on, J.P. 2-run homer. Let's go. 5-4. 2-run homer. Let's go. Takes a strike looking. 0-1 count. Bad swing right there. JP not locked and loaded. God damn it! Final score: Guardians 5, Mariners 2. Brutal. GG to the Guardians fans, though. They got payback on us. and then he just takes a strike looking and we lose the game. I mean, it shows you how important the top of the lineup is. GG, and Bieber was great, and when you got Bieber fever, sometimes that's what happens. 0 for 5 for JP, it's brutal. But again, 5 runs, 12 hits, and what did we need? 7 to 10 hits? What did we get? 9. So we checked that box off, but we only got 2 runs and 2 errors. Not a good day for the Mariners, but we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll be grinding it out. And we got George Kirby tomorrow, so we'll have a good chance to be able to get a dub and be a little bit more competitive. Final score, Guardians 5, Mariners 2. I got to take Paisley for a walk and eat some dinner, but we will screen here for a little bit longer, maybe another 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'll end up calling it a night. So let me know what you want to do for photos, and I can take care of Megan and Kip. If you got anything else that you guys want to see based off your donos, let me know, and I'll sprinkle in a little bit for Matt. And if anybody else wants anything, you let me know, and I got you, and then we'll do that. So anything else that you want, Megan, based off your support today? Same thing, Kip. Anything else that you want to see, birthday boy? Let me make some room here. Birthday boy. Shout out to all the people on Twitter/X watching the stream, as well as YouTube. We need a Bryce Harper, damn it. You got to give all the credit to Bieber Fever, though. I mean, he was lights out today. And if we didn't get down 5-0, it would have been a little bit better, but that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. You got to give credit where credit is due. So Bieber Fever, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits. Hold on, let me bring this over here. All right, so 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, no earned runs, no walks. That's the big one. When we had like 6 walks yesterday, 9 Ks. Beautiful game. And then as far as Castillo is concerned, if we're going to go to like an alternative, this is his second bad start in a row. And Castillo, 5.2 innings pitched, 10 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 Ks. His ERA is 6.75, and again, some people think he might be our number 1, but I feel more confident with, Kirby. I feel a little bit more confident with Gilbert. Miller is kind of like Castillo. It's going to be good and it's going to be bad. So I don't have to say Bryce Miller over Louise, but, George Kirby and Logan Gilbert are definitely more locked and loaded than Castillo, at least at this point. Hopefully this will improve, because 6.75 ERA with 2 losses in your first 2 starts, not good, my guy. Not good. Not good for the Mariners. All right, no worries, brother. Yes. Can't wait. Kirby. Yeah, I did a couple photos for you. I'll get you a couple more. But those are usually the ones that will fit the screen that look the best. Reflect with a 3-er. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks with a little cactus jack. Bang, bang. Anything specifically you want reflect, I got you as well. All right, let me squeeze in some photos for y'all. See if I can get some of the other ones to format. I just got to play around with them here. One sec. Got to delete some of these other photos here. No Mariner Moose for the victory today, but we'll be back tomorrow. We'll bounce back. I mean, it can only go up from here, considering how many guys are struggling. You know, it's not like we're playing our best ball in April. Well, there's one. There we go. Done this one before. Ooh, I think this one might format. This is a good one. Oh, damn it. It didn't format. Damn it. That was a good one too. Oh, here's one from the Deadpool 2 premiere with everyone in it. See if I can get this one to format. This one should come out. Great movie. If you haven't watched it in a while, it's a good watch. Deadpool 1 or Deadpool 2. Ryan Reynolds, very talented. And again, you know, some people like Iron Man, like myself, and the Avengers. But other than those two, you know, even over movies like Captain America, you know, give me Black Panther and give me Deadpool. Those are just as good as Iron Man #1 or the Avenger movies, in my opinion. And I feel like Deadpool and Black Panther, at least for the first one, they got more like replay value than almost any other movie on the Marvel, you know, as far as like, you know, being able to watch it, you know, more times than not. Like, I feel like with Avengers and some of the Captain America and the Hulk, it's like you watch it and then you're going to have to wait a while to be able to watch it again. But also a big part of the reason why Deadpool, and I feel Black Panther specifically, is so good is the music that, you know, you ended up having in the Black Panther. Anytime if you have, you know, artists like The Weeknd, or, you know, you end up having, you know, Kendrick Lamar, you know, if you end up having a good soundtrack to a movie, it definitely helps, you know, with the full product of what is being shown. Wakanda forever, baby. That one's too blurry for me. Hold on. There we go. I need something more crispy. I need crispy. The crispy. There we go. Maybe. Crispy. Oh, nice. Heck yeah. Anything you want to see reflect? Ooh, I found a new one. Gotta dig deeper. Grab a couple George Kirby's for Reflect. Hopefully that'll help us get going tomorrow. Love me some George. We're going to need a big performance. 8 to 10 Ks tomorrow. 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits, baby. Of course, we got to throw up one of our favorite players that we both mutually love. And there's a good possibility that this quarterback will be one of the best 6 as they go into the draft, depending on what team he goes to. Michael Penix Jr. And you can definitely tell the people online that watched him play all year and have followed his whole career, and for the people that don't have any idea who he is, or they've watched one game and they're making this opinion, you can definitely tell, who has watched his career at Indiana and at UW and who hasn't, based on their evaluation and what you read on like Instagram or Twitter/X. Lefties are special. No problem. I got you. And it's cool that we're going to get another lefty. Now we'll have him in the NFC more than likely, and then we'll have the Tua in the AFC. And, there's a good chance that he'll be better than Tua, we hope. Michael Vick, hopefully better than him. And maybe not as good as Steve Young, but if he can end up being, close, a little bit better than Michael Vick and Tua, and, maybe in between Michael Vick, Tua, and Steve Young, I'm hoping that he has the utmost success. All right, man. Happy birthday, brother. All right, let's get a few photos for Matt here before we go. Matt doing a great job. Liking, sharing, getting the likes up. Another player that I'm excited to see, the Baker Mayfield of this draft, Bo Nix. It might not be on the first team that he goes to where he has success, but he's very mature, and I feel that, as long as he has enough time to be able to show what he can do, he has an opportunity to be special in the NFL. But again, he might have to go to his second or third team before he can really find that right fit. It was a lot of fun watching the Ducks this season, and wish we could have went a little bit further, but it was a lot of fun to watch. Got to hit you with at least one Troy Franklin. Gonna miss Troy a lot too. And Jackson Powers Johnson, baby. "25 days away from spring ball." Yeah, baby. All right, bro, the last one. Let's go, baby. Well, hopefully it'll be a little bit better tomorrow. But as far as the Mariners end up getting the dub, but we had an amazing day of support with a few different people contributing. Megan coming in, obviously doing what she does. Big $200 dono, $20 dono. Obviously kept contributing with a $3, same thing with Reflect. And, every dollar matters. So I really do appreciate all of you guys. I love you and I appreciate you. Happy birthday, Kip. I hope you have a good birthday. And again, I got to go walk my pup and eat dinner and kind of get situated. And we'll be back tomorrow. Let's take a look at the schedule. If the game is on at the exact same time before we dip. Let me take a quick peek. April 3rd. And the game is early. It's the Guardians and Mariners are playing at 1:10 tomorrow. That must be the last game in the set. So that's going to be early, Matt. If it's at 1:10, that means it'll only be 10 a.m. your time. If we end up doing that. Kirby and Allen, the game is on early. So let me know if you're going to be able to be there, at that time when it starts, or if you're going to be a little bit late, just communicate with me there because it's going to be on so early. And then let me take a look at Thursday. And then Thursday, the Mariners have a day off. So maybe we'll do the Kraken if they play on that particular day. And then the Mariners and Brewers play at 5 on Friday. So early start tomorrow, 1 o'clock game. And again, sometimes when they play early, we'll see what the views look like and the subs and the likes and the donos. It might be a little bit lighter when we have a game at like noon or 1, but that's what it is. So I love you guys and I appreciate you guys. No problem. I hope I made your day a little bit better. Thank you for contributing to the channel as much as you did. It really does mean a lot. And shout out to Reflect and Kip for chipping in as well. I love you guys and I appreciate you guys and anyone else that donated. If I missed that, thank you so much. So I appreciate you guys. Again, we're going to be streaming tomorrow, 1:10 Pacific. So again, Matt, that'll be a lot earlier than we normally stream. It'll be about 10 a.m. your time. So I'll message you in the morning and just let me know what you're able to do. We'll kind of figure it out as we go. So I love you guys and I appreciate you guys very, very much. And I got one question for you. Who you know talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Thank you to Megan and Kip and Reflect and Matt and everyone else in the room. Judah, I appreciate you. And I'll be back tomorrow. Okay.